Welcome to Sin Bin Stream. Tonight we have Major League Baseball action between the Seattle Mariners and the Chicago White Sox. Davis Martin on the bump for the White Sox, who begin a 6-game homestand in the on the south side. First with 3 against the Mariners, and then 3 off day Thursday, and then they welcome the Texas Rangers Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. At the end of the week. So, yes, Davis Martin again for the Sox, and Castillo for the Mariners. Louis Castillo, number 58. Castillo's 3-3, 3.65 ERA in 9 games, all starts. And he has a 3.65 ERA, 9 games, 49 and a third innings pitched, 39 strikeouts, 1.38 WHIP, walks and hits per innings pitched. And Martin, a right-hander, he's 2-4, 3.65 ERA, 9 games, 8 starts, 49 and a third innings pitched, 33 strikeouts, 1.36 WHIP. Okay, so Martin's a righty and Castillo's a righty. Sox are dropped down to 14-33 after the Cubs swept them Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That drops them. They're on the same pace as last year, but last year's club, had a 21-game losing streak after this point. So their pitching has improved this year, and their offense is slightly better, but the ERA is definitely better amongst the starters, as they were showing in the pregame. All right. This. Alright, just having tablet issues, just about set here though. Yeah, and since I think we are abandoning week 9 and 10 of the UFL in favor of baseball. All right, we need to. Whoops, sorry, I got too close to the screen there. I just saw it on playback. All right, let's get this set. Show you what's coming up this week. So tonight's game 1 of a 3-game set, and then weather pending on game 2 and 3. I believe Chicago is definitely having rain tomorrow. We'll see about Wednesday. All right, they're showing the Mariners lineup, so let's get the White Sox defense out there. Slater came off the DL, I believe. They sent Baldwin down, unfortunately. I was kind of not happy about that. Slater, Robert Jr., Palacios. In the infield, Vargas, Mydroth, Rojas, Elko. Martin to Theis is the battery. And 4-seam, changeup. There's top 2 pitches. All right, here's pitch number 1. Taken, four seam, strike one. More strikes down to lefties and righties. Pitcher friendly. Ryan Addington, the umpire tonight. Cutter misses way upstairs, 1-1. So we got started on time. So that's a good thing. Still working on these shadows here. All right, swung at a low changeup. It would have been a strike even if he hadn't swung. So 1-2. This is Crawford, the leadoff hitter for the Mariners. Wait, what the heck? I don't have a plus on? Okay. Four seam upstairs, swung on and missed. Strike three. Just want to make sure my audio is not getting too hot. Yeah, it would have been high. 95 miles per hour. Swung on and missed. Out number one in the top of the first. That'll bring up Polanco, who is the designated hitter tonight. Sox are wearing their white pinstripe home jerseys. Grounder to short. Meidroth over to Elko for out number two. I think they said it was a cutter. So 6-3 ground out, and they're showing the Sox defense again. I'll double check. Slater, Robert Jr., Palacios, Vargas, Meidroth, Rojas, Elko, and Davis Martin to Matt Tice is the battery. All right, 53 degrees in at game time. Misses outside, ball one. Oops, sorry. Cutter outside, 88, ball two. Let's see, where am I getting the shit? Oh, I think I'm getting a shadow from my glasses. All right, here we go. Sinker inside, grounder to third, throws over to first. In time for out number three. Ump was really slow to make the call. I don't know what they were doing, but all right. So the Sox coming to bat. We're in the middle of the first. Just underway. All right, getting ready for the Sox coming to bat. Pop the socials up there. Yeah, it'll slow down when it gets... Yeah, it looks like it just had to catch up there. It starts with kick there. All right, hopefully everybody had a good Monday. A little cool and windy today in the Chicago suburbs, but not too bad. Oh, yeah, and as I was alluding to, coming up this week, let's drop this out of here. Sorry about that. So weather pending, we'll have Mariners at Sox 6:40 again tomorrow, and Mariners at White Sox 1:10 Wednesday afternoon. Thursday night, New York Liberty come to town to take on the Chicago Sky in their home opener. And in WNBA basketball action, then we'll have Rangers at White Sox Friday 6:40, Rangers at White Sox Saturday 3:10. So not going to do the UFL on Friday. Oh, sorry, we got to get the defense ready. And I'll show this up again later for this week. Let's get the socials out of there. Here's the Mariners defense. Louis Castillo, the pitcher. Raleigh, the catcher. Four seam, popped it up on the infield. Third baseman under it for out number one. For one pitch, one out. So outfield, Arozarena, Rodriguez, Taveras, Infield, Williamson, Crawford, Moore, and Tellez, Rowdy Tellez. And again, Castillo, Takal, Raleigh, the battery. All right. So the leadoff hitter for the Sox was Mydroth, who popped up. That'll bring up Tice right now. I forgot to check for switch hitters for Seattle. I'll have to do that. That's right. Baldwin got sent down. Sinker on the outside edge of the plate. Strike one to Tice. 211 on the season. 674 OPS. Four seam outside edge. Strike two. 94. There's my pen in case I figure out the switch hitters. All right, slider low taken, ball one. All right, 1-2, one out, nobody on. They want it high, four seam, fouled, out of play. We'll do it again. Let's see. On the bench, Rivas is a switch hitter for Seattle. Slider grounded between first and second into right field. The Sox have a runner aboard with one out and their first hit on the day. That'll bring up, That'll bring up Vargas, who had 3 home runs versus the Cubs. And he got hit and was not happy about it. Righty against righty, four seam upstairs, ball one. 245, 6 home runs, 21 RBIs. Again, 3 in the last 3 days. He had 2 in one game. Sinker misses low, 2-0. They were just showing the third base coach because he got involved in it with the ump when the ump confronted him. I think that was yesterday's game. Four seam gets the inside edge of the plate, 95 miles per hour, strike one. 2-1 the count. Castillo's thrown 9 pitches. Vargas waits. Four seam misses up and in. 3-1. 95 miles per hour. Most total bases since May 13th. Vargas is only behind Will Benson of the Reds. 26-24. Here's the 3-1. Sinker taken low in the zone. Strike two. 95 miles per hour. A lot of movement. Looked like it was going to be outside, and then it moved back in. Seattle wearing like a dark blue road jersey. Sox in their white pinstripe. Gray pants for the Mariners, and then obviously the matching white pants with pinstripes for the Sox. In the air to left center, just in front of the track. Center fielder makes the catch for out number 2. Still one on, but now 2 away, and the hitter is Robert Jr., the center fielder. 184 average, 591 OPS. And the flags are blowing left to right. Stiff wind blowing from the left side or left field area to the right field area. All right, right-handed pitcher, right-handed batter. Sinker fouled off. He's always swinging at the first pitch. Strike one. 5 home runs, 17 RBIs, 282 on base percentage, 309 slugging for Luis Robert Jr. Pitcher checks the runner. Castillo is set. Here's the windup. Misses outside with a slider, 85 miles per hour. Evens the count. 1-1. All right. Castillo throws. Slider low. Ball 2. So, Robert Jr. finally taking some pitches here. It's been a rare sighting in the last week or more. Ugh. 2-1 pitch. Sinker inside, fouled off just past between the camera area and the tarp down the left field line. All right, 2-2, 2 outs, runner at first, no score, bottom of the first. Castillo, leg kick, change up high into center, back at the track and under it, caught for the third out, which retires the side. Whoops. We head to the top of the second, still 0-0. The Sox got the first hit of the game. Oh, yeah, let's check in on let's see. There's no basketball tonight, right? I don't think there's any hockey either. Because Dallas beat Winnipeg on, Friday. And the Leafs choked to the Panthers yesterday. So East Finals open up in Carolina Tuesday. Then the West, Oilers Stars. Thursday, back to the East. Friday, back to the West. Saturday, East. So we will have this game. Whoops, wait a minute. Monday. Yes, Stars, Oilers. Sunday at 3, we will have that game here on Sinbin Stream. And NBA, I don't know. I'm debating whether to bother to do the Saturday game. That's the only game of the conference finals I would get free over the air. So, yeah, nothing in the NBA. Oh, wait, T-Wolves Thunder. Wait, that's not till... There's no games tonight. Yeah. Tuesday, they alternate. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, East and West, East. So Saturday they would be at 7:30. Maybe I'll consider doing that, but I'll see if I feel like doing a doubleheader that day. All right, we'll check the baseball scoreboard next. All right, ball 1, first pitch in the top of the second. Hitter is Raleigh, the catcher. Cutter misses low and in, 2-0. .247 for Cal Raleigh. Average 15 homers, 32 RBI on the season. Here's the 2-0. Cutter on the infield. Behind the mound, shortstop Mydroth is under it for out number 1. And that'll bring up the left fielder, Arozarena. Yeah, that should have been the second baseman's ball, but Mydroth ended up getting it. Cannot keep Eddie's head flat here. Keeps wrinkling up. Cutter misses low and outside. Ball 1. Right-handed pitcher, right-handed batter. .242 on the season average for Arozarena and .805 OPS. Cutter outside again, 2-0. Oh, check swing, grounder to second, over to first in time. Quickly, 2 away. Excuse me, swing on that. All right. That'll bring up Tellez, the first baseman, 202 average, 744 OPS. Curveball misses just outside, 80 miles per hour, ball one. And they're showing Slater, the left fielder, who just, I don't know if he was a call up or activated from the DL. I think he was on a rehab stint, I believe. All right, lefty batter, cutter on the inside edge, taken, strike one. Yeah, I should have looked into switch hitters, but forgot to for Seattle. Delivers a. Oh, I thought that caught the outside edge of the plate. 2-1. All right, Martin has thrown 17 pitches. We got time called for a second here. I'm talking to the batter. All right, 2-1 pitch. Change up. Taken. 91. Strike two. 8 home runs, 22 RBIs in 38 games for Rowdy Tellez, number 23, first baseman for the Mariners. Fouls off a cutter. We'll do it again. 2-2. Excuse me. All right. Is Tellez finally in the box? All right, here we go. All right. Davis Martin is ready. Here's the pitch. Four seam, 95, fouled off. 2-2 still. Here's the pitch. Oh, swung on and missed on a cutter. He doesn't offer to run. They throw to first anyways. Didn't like the call, I guess, or he swung on and missed. I don't know what he's beefing about, but we're heading to the bottom of the second. Still no score. Sox with the one hit today. That was by Theis, the catcher. Oh, yeah, let's check around the league right now. I'll hit a quick refresh. See if there's any. Nope, no finals. We got late action. All right, Reds in Pittsburgh tied with the Pirates 1-1, bottom five. Cubs behind in Miami. The Marlins just got two to take a 4-3 lead. Still batting in the bottom of the fifth. Mets in Boston. Red Sox lead 3-1, bottom four. 3-0 Astros at Tampa, top of the fourth. Orioles in Milwaukee, they lead 1-0 heading to the bottom of the second. They just switch games here. Cleveland in Minnesota tied with the Twins 1-1, top of the second. We gave you the score. Tigers already behind in St. Louis 1-0 Cardinals, still batting bottom first. Later today, Phillies at Rockies, Royals at Giants, Angels at A's, D-backs at Dodgers. And again, this is what's coming up this week. All right. Again, weather pending for these two Sox games. We'll see how it goes. Swung on and missed, strike one on a four-seam, 93. The batter is Palacios, the right fielder, 195 average, 563 OPS. Change up low, ball one. Vaughn, the designated hitter, on deck. Changeup turned and hit into right field. One hopper off the wall. High carom. That should be a stand-up double. Leadoff double for Palacios. Now he's hitting 205. First extra base hit of the game. Second hit for the White Sox. One in each inning. Just turned on a changeup and deposited it, one hopper off the warning track and then a high bounce off the wall, and he had an easy double. All right, this is Vaughn, right-hander versus right-hander. Slider misses way outside, ball one. Castillo winds up, delivery, misses outside with a slider, ball two. 85 miles per hour on the slider. 184 average, 5 home runs. I think they took down the RBI. Vaughn waiting, slider taken, strike one, just on the outside edge of the plate. 2-1. Palacios, the runner. The DH, the right fielder. Vaughn is the DH, the batter. Palacios had the leadoff double. Castillo checks the runner. Sinker grounded up the middle. Second baseman takes it behind the base. Throws to first in time. One away, but Vaughn does his job and moves the runner to third base. So man at third and one out for the Sox. And this will bring up Slater, the left fielder who just got back. Austin Slater. 20 at-bats, 5 hits. It's a 250 average. 1 homer, 1 RBI. Righty against righty. Four-seam up in the zone. Taken, strike one, 96 miles per hour. Okay, he's played in 8 games, Austin Slater. Number 15 and playing left field tonight. They sent Brooks Baldwin down to AAA to make room. Swung on and missed on a 95 mile per hour four-seam. Strike two. Come on, you got to drive him in. Get at least a sac fly. Infield is in. Not quite on the grass. Still on the dirt. Wants it high. Fouls off a four-seam 95. We'll do the 0-2 again. Oh. Yep. Infield in at all 4 spots. Played on them straight up. 1 out. Here's the pitch. Way upstairs. 1-2. 95 miles per hour. Here's the 1-2. Catcher setting up high. Misses way inside on a sinker and swung on and missed. That was like a defensive swing by Slater. I guess it had a lot of lateral movement, from the left to the right. Tough to lay that off of that junk. 2 down, still a runner at third. That'll bring up Rojas, the second baseman. 171 average, 427 OPS. Four-seam just misses outside. They appealed to third to see if he swung to ball. They never showed the third base umpire on CHSN. Oh, brother. All right. Righty against lefty. Here's the pitch. Lefty. Rojas takes ball 2. It was high. Yeah, that was a tough pitch to Slater. Has Curo got the night off tonight? Yeah, he's the Sox switch hitter. Slider into right center. Make that. Oh, they almost collided. Center fielder catches it for out number 3. The White Sox waste a leadoff double and a runner at third with 1 out. And yeah, wow, they almost collided. We're through 2, no score. Pitcher went like this as he was afraid they were going to run into each other. All right. Let me make sure this box is fixed. Yeah, I gotta make it top 3. Didn't do that yet. All right, it'll be the 7, 8, 9 hitters in the Seattle Mariners lineup tonight. That's Taveras, the right fielder, Moore, the second baseman, and Williamson, the third baseman. Oh, too soon to check some more baseball scores. We can probably run through these. Reds Pirates 1-1. Marlins still batting, up 6-3, bottom 5. 3-1 Red Sox in Boston over the Mets. Stros up 3-0 in Tampa. Guardians Twins 1-1. Orioles in Milwaukee up 1-0. Brewers batting bottom of the second. Cardinals up 1-0 in the top of the second over the Tigers. And then 4 more games starting up later. Best road records: Mariners 13-8, Cubs 13-9. 4-seam, strike 1 taken. Change up low. Did he swing? No, says the third base umpire on the appeal. Whoops. Taveras, left or in the left-handed batter's box, in the air to left. Newby is under it. That is Slater, the left fielder. He catches it for out number 1. That'll bring up Moore, the second baseman. Right-handed pitcher, right-handed batter. 4-seam misses outside, ball 1. Moore hitting 286 on the season. Fouls off an 89-mile-per-hour cutter, strike 1. He has a 865 OPS. Williamson, third baseman, on deck for Seattle. 4-seam up in the zone, fouled off, strike 2, 94 miles per hour. Four-seam cutter, changeup, slider, his top 4 pitches. Misses outside, 2-2 for Davis Martin. All right, 1 out, nobody on, 2-2 to the 8th place hitter. 4-seam, 95, in the air to center, on the run. Robert Jr. under it, makes the catch to get out number 2 for Seattle in the top of the 3rd. Let's see, pardon the yawn there. All right. Martin's thrown 29 pitches, so number 30 is on the way, is about to be thrown here, I should say. Sinker, low in the zone, taken strike one, 94 miles per hour. 228 for Ben Williamson, 1 home run, 11 RBI in 27 games. Right-handed pitcher, right-handed batter. Fouls off a four-seam, 0-2, 93 miles per hour. All right, here's the 0-2. Fouls off a cutter just outside. We'll do it again. 0-2. Two away. 0-2 count to the ninth place hitter here in the top of the third. Nobody on. Right down the middle, the catcher sets up. Change up, grounded, chopper to second. Can't get a handle on it. He was going to have to hustle. Should be an infield single. First hit for the Mariners on the day. He tried to barehand it, and it just didn't happen. I guess I could see maybe they give him an error. Let's see what... Yeah, they went hit all the way. All right, top of the order for the Mariners. Yeah, hit. This is Crawford, the shortstop, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Williamson takes his lead from first. Changeup foul off by the batter in the left-handed batter's box. 268 average, 4 home runs, 19 RBIs for J.P. Crawford. Man on, 2 out, 0-1. Here's the pitch. Way upstairs on a cutter, 90, ball 1. All right, 1-1's a count. Davis Martin set. Here's the pitch. Upstairs, four-seam, 2-1. Polanco, the DH, is on deck. 0 for 1, 310 average on the season. Come on, Martin. Martin throws to first. CHSN actually showed it, not in time. That was the cleanest they've shown a pickoff attempt since I've been watching in early May. Cutter in the air to left, and it bounces in front of the left fielder for a single. 2 on, 2 out. Second place hitter in the lineup, Polanco, is up. I don't know what XBA means. Highest XBA. Some sort of batting average. I don't know what they mean by X, though. Haven't been back to baseball long, so don't know all the fancy stats. All right, checks the runner at second. Martin, there's the leg kick. Whoa, way upstairs on a cutter. Almost a wild pitch. 89. 1-0. 38 pitches. And wow, Jorge Polanco has 24 homers. It's the most he has against an opponent. Guardians was 14. White Sox 24. Changeup on the ground into right field for a single that'll score a run. Throw is cut off. They throw to third. Not in time. So should be runners at the corners and first run of the game. All right, so another hit and a run. Did I forget a hit? I think I did. Nope, they haven't. Elko cut off the throw, tried to get the runner at third. If he would have tried to keep the tag on him, he overslid the bag. Vargas didn't stay with the runner. That could have been an out and ending the inning. Instead, swung on a cutter. Maybe he fouled it. I don't know. Strike 1. The hitter is Julio Rodriguez, 0 for 1, a ground out in the first. 234 average, 7 home runs, 21 RBI in the season. Sinker fouled off. 0-2. Runners at the corners, 2 outs, 0-2 count, 1-0 Mariners. Third hitter in the order at the plate. Throws to first, not in time. Change up on the ground to short. Mydroth up with it. High throw to first. Elko secures it for out number 3, but the Mariners get one in the top of the third. We head to the bottom of the third. Pale Hose trailing the Mariners 1-0. So 1 run on 3 hits this inning. All singles for the Mariners after 2 outs, too. 9th hitter, top of the order, and then the second place hitter drove the run in. Polanco, the DH tonight. And welcome Bubba to the live stream here. Again, no NHL, no NBA. So just baseball tonight. Let's go refresh the board here. Oh, the Reds got a run in the top of the 6th. We head to the bottom of the 6th in Pittsburgh. Reds up 2-1. Marlins, finally finished the bottom of the 5th. The Cubs are trailing by 3, 6-3, top of 6 in Miami. In Boston, Red Sox up 3-1, bottom of the 5th. Up 3-1 over the Mets, I mean. Astros 3-2 in Tampa. Rays batting still in the bottom of the 5th. They just got 2 runs that inning. Orioles in Milwaukee. Brewers up 3-1, top of the 3rd. In a delay in Minnesota, they're up 2-1, bottom of the 2nd. Cardinals up at home on the Tigers, 1-0, bottom 2nd. And 4 more games later tonight. Four seam in the air to right, back at the track and caught for out number 1 by the right fielder. Was that? I believe that was Elko, must have been. 1 pitch, 1 out in the bottom of the 3rd. Castillo's thrown 33 pitches. We head to the top of the order for the White Sox. Mydroth, the shortstop, right-handed hitter. Right-handed pitcher misses on a 4-seam outside, 1-0. Mydroth 0 for 1 today. 280 average, 720 OPS, 1 home run on the season. 4-seam taken, 94, strike 1. Get a Pope picture for Sox games? Okay. Well, I'm not Catholic, but maybe. Sinker into right field for a single for Mydroth with 1 out. Each team with 3 hits now. But it's 1-0 Mariners. Good inside out swing and drove it by the first baseman between him and the bag and into right field. Theis is the hitter now. Takes one inside, ball 1. 1 for 1 and a single. 221 average, 1 homer, 8 RBI for the season. The catcher tonight. Change up taken. Strike one. What is MLB doing? Okay, finally. They had Mydros hit in, but they didn't have Thice up to bat. All right. There we go. 1-1. One out. Runner at first. Four seam outside 94. Ball two. All right. 2-1. Castillo looks over at the runner at first. He's set. Their catcher wanted it upstairs. A four seam on the outside edge of the plate. Taken. Strike two. 40 pitches now for Castillo. All right. Somebody must have called time because we don't have the pitch clock. There we go. Where is he? Yeah. Oh, for sure. Four seam on that. Wow. I thought that was strike three. I thought it did catch the inside according to the pitching thing. All right. Well, full count. One away. Runner at first. One out. One out. Swung on a four seam. Missed high throw to second. Mydros steals second, but there's two away on the strikeout. That'll bring up Vargas, who's 0 for 1 today. Yeah, just Thice swung under it. High throw. Okay, yeah. All right, here, slider misses outside, 1-0 to Vargas, right-handed pitcher against right-handed batter. Two away. Sox have a runner at second in scoring position, trailing 1-0 here in the bottom of the third. Here's the pitch. Slider outside again, 2-0. Castillo, career versus the Sox, 3 starts, 2.33 ERA, 23 strikeouts, and only 1 walk. 2-0, the count. Vargas takes strike one on a slider. All right, 45 pitches for Castillo. He's set. Here's the pitch. Sinker to third base. Up with it. Over to first. A bouncer, but caught by Tellez, and they retire the side. Another hit for the Sox, but no runs. We're through 3. 1-0 Mariners as they will come to bat in the top of the fourth. All right, quick break, and I'll be back. All right, we're back. 0-3. All right, 1-3-0, 0-3-0. Headed to the fourth. Raleigh, the catcher, is up. He's 0 for 1. All right, left-handed hitter, or in the left-handed batter's box to take on Martin. Cutter on the ground at second, bobbled, but up with it, over to first to Elko in time. One pitch, one out. Top of the fourth. Who bobbled that at second? That is Rojas. Went off the glove, but he stayed with it. It didn't get too far by him. Threw to Elko over at first in time. 4-3 on the ground out. All right, that'll bring up Arozarena. Arozarena, left fielder. Randy Arozarena, 0 for 1 on ground out in the second. Ball one. Martin set, delivers, he bounces a cutter in the dirt outside. 2-0. 45 pitches for Davis Martin. Sinker in the air to center. Robert Jr. backs up a little bit, catches it for out number 2. Quickly 2 away. So May 23rd. When is that? That's the Texas. I think that's Friday. Sox have a post-game fireworks show. Yeah, 23rd. And they have a like a shirt giveaway for 1914 on Saturday, and then Sunday, I think it's Comiskey Bobblehead Day or something. Bobblehead Day. All right, this is the first baseman, Tellez. Curveball taken, strike one, 80 miles per hour. Tellez is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. He's 200 hitter, 8 home runs, 22 RBI. Curveball down, low, popped in foul territory. Theis is under it to retire the side quickly. 1, 2, 3, nothing across. Bottom of the fourth. Sox trailing 1-0. All right, let's check in on All right, let's check in on the other scores tonight. Get an update on these games in progress. Bottom 7th in Pittsburgh, Reds are up 2-1. In Miami, 7-6. Cubs just took the lead. They answered with 4 of their own in the top of the 6th, still batting. In Boston, Mets trail the Red Sox 3-1, top of 6. In Tampa, or wherever the Rays are playing, 3-2 Astros, top of the 6th. In Milwaukee, Brewers are up 3-1 on the Orioles, through 3 innings. Cardinals coming to bat in the bottom of the 3rd, up 1-0 on the Tigers. We got a delay, presumably a rain delay or a lightning delay. 2-1 Twins as they bat in the bottom of the 2nd against the Guardians in Minnesota. And 4 games coming up. Phillies, Rockies in another 10, 11 minutes. All right, just a reminder of what's coming up this week. Weather pending in the Chicago area. Mariners at White Sox again, same time tomorrow, and then in the afternoon on Wednesday at 1:10. All right, first pitch to Robert Jr. Sinker. Oh, ball 1. I thought it caught the edge of the plate. And then WNBA, the Sky game on Thursday, and more Sox against the Rangers coming up. All right, on the slow roller on the ground at first. Tellez takes it himself, quickly 1 away. Oh, man. He just does not take many pitches, Robert Jr. That pitch was up and in, and he shattered his bat just above his hands. No wonder it was a slow roller. That'll bring up Palacios, the right fielder. He's 1-for-1, 205 average, 593. He had a double, I believe, in the third inning. Whoa, way inside. Misses on a four-seam, 1-0. Almost hit him, 95. Yeah, double in the second. One home run, 4 RBI for Joshua Palacios, number 47 on the Sox, the right fielder tonight. And batting fifth. Here's the pitch. Four-seam fouled off, 1-1. $50 pitches for Castillo. No weather issues tonight in Chicago. Four-seam upstairs outside, 96 miles per hour, 2-1 count. Left-handed hitter against the righty, Castillo. Here's the delivery. Four-seam, that was outside. He calls it a strike. That was way outside. Like more than a ball width outside. And he rang him up for strike two. That was not even close. Upstairs and a four-seam and outside. I shouldn't say outside. Full count. Man, that should have been ball four. What a joke. Vaughn, the DH, is on deck. All right, he's setting up high. Here's the pitch. Fouls off a four-seam, 96. We'll do the full count again with one out, nobody on. All right, Castillo is set. Oh, he didn't like the first pitch called. Now he's set. Here's the pitch. Four-seam. I think he shattered his bat, and he fouls it. Yep. Maybe he didn't shatter it, but he definitely broke it. He fouled it to the first base coach. He gets a new bat. Still full count. We got one away here in the home half of the fourth. Mariners leading 1-0. They had 3 straight singles in the third to take the lead. Oh, there's a little splinter. They gave it to somebody in the stands. The whole bat and then the little piece. Four-seam. Oh, he got him. Called it. I think it did just get it. A little piece of the inside corner, strike 3. But that strike 2 call was crap. I mean, I know he fouled some off, but quickly 2 away, 2 up, 2 down for the Sox. Yeah, you can't take that. They're not going to miss on the inside. Sinker right down the middle, swung on and missed. Strike 1 to Vaughn, who is the designated hitter tonight. 0-for-1 with a ground out in the second, 183 average, 5 home runs, 18 RBI. 0-1 pitch. Sinker on the ground. First baseman dives, gets it, throws to the pitcher covering first in time. 3-1 is the ground out, and 1-2-3, nothing across for the Sox. We're through 4, heading to the top of the fifth. 1-0 Mariners. Whoops, wrong one. All right, 1-3-0-0-3-0. All right, let me double check. Oh, yeah, I got to add a hit for the Sox on this other box. All right, there we go. All right, let's refresh here. Reds up in Pittsburgh, 2-1 over the Pirates, top of the 8th. Marlins now batting in the bottom of the 6th, trailing by 1 to the Cubs, 7-6. The Rays tied it up, still batting in the bottom of the 6th. Astros 3, Rays 3. Heading to the bottom of the sixth, Boston leads the Mets the Red Sox lead 3-1 in Boston over the Mets. That's ours. Heading to the bottom of the fourth, Brewers up 3-1 at home over the Orioles. Cardinals up 1-0 on the Tigers through 3. Still a delay in Minnesota. Twins leading in the bottom of the second, 2-1 over the Guardians. And this game's coming up. Yeah, only 2 at-bats. They haven't even started their third time through the order yet for either. Well, I shouldn't say that. All right. Changeup misses low, ball 1. The hitter is the 7th place hitter, Taveras, the right fielder. He's 0 for 1 in the left-handed batter's box. Fouls off an inside four-seam, 93 miles per hour. Strike 1. "50 pitches for Davis Martin thus far." All right. Theis is setting up a little bit outside. Changeup swung on and missed. He hit the glove. Strike 2. 90 on the changeup. Fly out in the third, 0 for 1 for Taveras, number 4 on the Mariners. 214 average, 1 homer, 12 RBI on the season. Here's the pitch. Changeup on the ground to third. Up with it is Vargas. Over to high throw to Elko. He's safe. The leadoff hitter's at first. That should be an error. That was a horrible throw. Took it, came up with it, had plenty of time, and just threw high to Elko. Just can't have it, and they do rule it an error. I agree. Yeah, that wasn't even close. So the infield continues its woes defensively. Throw to first, not in time. So 1-3-0-0-3-1. Yeah. Just a routine throw. Should have had him on time and just threw high. Elko caught it, but had to go way up high and had no chance to step on the bag. Four seam in the air to center. Robert Jr. is under it. He makes the catch. Hits the cutoff man, Mydroth. Retires the second place hitter for out number 1. Or second hitter in the inning for out number 1 here in the top of the 5th. So that was Moore. That'll bring up Williamson, the third baseman. He's 1 for 1, and he has the run scored. So a single in the third. Right-hander against right-hander. Sinker misses low, ball 1. All right, here's the 1-0. Sinker on the outside edge of the plate. Taken, strike 1. Well, yeah, 1 for 1. Single in the third. I'd already told you that. Run scored. All right, 1-1 pitch against the righty. Swung on and missed on a cutter. The throw to second, not in time. He's safe with a stolen base. But that should be strike 2. Do they want to review this maybe? Let me see if they're talking about it. Huge jump. Steve Stone's right. He almost slid right into the tag, but the throw was late. Yeah, like Rojas had his elbow on him, but not quite the glove. It's not Theis's problem. The stupid pitcher Davis Martin didn't take a look or try to hold him on at all. All right. We got a 1-2 count, 1 out. Oh, wait. We are in a delay. The Sox are challenging it. They think he might be out. Wow, it's close. Yeah, maybe he got him. Maybe the glove was on his back on the throw. So this could be out number 2 and bases cleared with a 1-2 count. Let's see what they rule. Will Venable challenged it. He's the Sox manager. All right, we'll see what they call. Oh, yeah, no worries. I don't mind typing, though, too. But, yeah, thanks. I appreciate the kind words. We're still reviewing. Looks like he caught it in the glove. It's hard to tell from that. I mean, if the glove is on his left shoulder, he's out. But do we have another angle confirming that the glove was down on his shoulder? Okay, they called him out. So there was enough. So 2 outs. So caught stealing. The count is 1-2. Now there's 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Cutter misses low and outside. Ball 2. Yeah, they're still showing it. Oh, now they're showing another angle. Yeah, he definitely got him. Like it's on the, maybe the T in Tavares or the A. 4-seam misses outside. We got a full count. Nobody on and 2 away. Williamson is the third baseman, and he is the 9th place hitter. Here's the pitch. Sinker on the ground at short. Meidroth over to first in time. Elko gets it, and that'll do it for the top of the 5th. We're halfway home. Mariners still leading 1-0. And the Sox coming to bat. Okay. Mid-5th. There. Hang on. Come on. Come on. All right. I got to refill my water. I'll be right back. Oh, I got a typo. I should just put mid-5. All right. There we go. All right. I'll be right back. All right. We are back. Hey, and thanks everybody who has subscribed. I really appreciate it. We're up to 89 subs. If you haven't done so and you like what we do here, please consider hitting subscribe to Sinbin Stream. All right, here we go. And please hit like on the video. This is the left fielder. Takes 4-seam on the outside edge of the plate. Strike 1. Slater for the White Sox. Back with the club today. They sent Brooks Baldwin down to AAA. 4-seam up and in, but in the strike zone. Sorry, I don't know why I hit ball. Strike 2. Slater 0 for 1. 7th place hitter. 4-seam up and in. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. He hasn't even been close yet. And 2 at bats. That'll bring up the 8th place hitter, Rojas, the second baseman, hitting 167 on the year, 417 average. But he hasn't played that many games, so. All right, left-handed batter's box, right-handed pitcher, 4-seam outside edge of the plate, strike 1, 96 miles per hour for Castillo. That was his 62nd pitch of the game. 4-seam fouled off, 0-2. Be great if the Sox could take a couple pitches. I mean, Line out in the second. 0 for 1 for Rojas. All right. Castillo delivers way outside. 96 mile per hour. Four seam. Ball one. Elko hitting ninth is the on deck hitter. It's one away here. Four seam way outside again. 2-2. Ow. 65 pitches now for Castillo. All right. Setting up stairs, and that's where the ball goes. No swing. Should be, yeah, full count now. Full count, nobody on, one out, home half of the fifth. Sox trailing 1-0. Here's the pitch, a sinker on the ground. First baseman tosses to Castillo, who runs to first in time to get out number 2. So G3-1 on the ground out, and of course that's Tellez, the first baseman for the Mariners tonight. Brings up Elko, the Sox first baseman. Right-handed hitter. He's hitting a ninth today, 182 average, 0 for 1 with a flyout in the third. He has 2 home runs and 4 RBIs. He's been with the Sox for since not yesterday, but the previous Sunday. 217 on base percentage and slugging. And what are we showing here? There's a baseball with some tape on it in the outfield. Did a fan throw it or lose it? What is going on? Yeah, they handed it to the ball. What the? The ball person takes it. What are we doing, Sox fans? Are they giving it back? Did some kid chuck it? I don't understand. Whatever. 2 outs. First pitch to Elko on its way. Sinker grounded right to the second baseman. Over to first in time. 1, 2, 3. Quickly, the Sox go silently. We're through 5. Headed to the top of the 6th. Getting shut out. But only by 1. To the Mariners. All right. Well, and the Mariners are a first place ball club, so and I forgot to say end of 5th. Let me fix that. There we go. Whoops. Did I leave that up the whole inning? Yeah, I'll just take the socials down. All right. Raleigh is the 4th hitter due up in the 6th, so no worries. Probably should get 2 more at-bats. But thank you to everybody who's watching. The views help. Please hit the like button if you wouldn't mind. Also, consider hitting subscribe to the channel, Sinbin Stream on YouTube. Really helps out the channel. Help get YouTube's algorithm to recommend us to other YouTube users, watchers. No worries. Everything helps. I appreciate it. Let's check in on around the league here. Gonna refresh. All right. Hey, the Reds got 2 in the top of the 8th. They lead the Pirates in Pittsburgh 4-1. Still batting. Marlins batting in the bottom of the 7th, trailing the Cubs by 1, 7-6. In Miami, in Boston, the Red Sox up 3-1 on the Mets. Astros up 4-3 over the Rays. Brewers at home beating the Orioles 3-1. Cardinals added another run, still batting in the 4th over the Tigers 2-0. Delay in Minnesota. Just underway. Rockies have a run in the bottom of the 1st to lead the Phillies 1-0. And ball 1 to the leadoff hitter, Crawford. 1-0 pitch, cutter upstairs, just in the zone though, taking strike one. 1 for 2, a single in the third. 273 average, 4 home runs for Crawford. Looping curve, high and outside, ball 2. The Mariners, cutter right to Martin up the middle. Underhands it over to Elko. 1-3 on the ground out. 1 away. Top of the 6th. I just realized the Mariners have a switch 2 patch on their right shoulder. Here's the first pitch. Another looping curve outside. 1-0. The hitter is Polanco. He's 1 for 2. He is the DH tonight. He has the RBI on that single he hit in the third. Four seam just on the edge of the outside of the plate. 1-1. He's got a 316 average, 10 home run, 30 RBI. Yeah, I do like these Mariners jerseys tonight. Another looping curve high, 2-1. Yeah, it's got the Switch logo 2, and then it says Nintendo Switch. Change up, grounded to second, over to first. Elko has it, 2 away. So that was Rojas at second, throwing to Elko at first. So 4-3 ground out. 2 away in the top of the 6th. Martin, 67 pitches, throwing well. Gave up 3 straight singles. That's the only mistake. Sinker grounded. Oh, the second baseman has it. Over to first in time. They were playing him like up the middle a little bit. And that'll retire the side. No runs, no hits. We head to the bottom of the 6th. With the Sox trailing 1-0. Coming to bat. 3 hits for each team. Sox defense committed an error as well. 1-3-0-0-3-1. Let's check real quick. No walks for either team either by Castillo or Davis Martin. So 3 hits each, and the Sox defense committed an error, and that's been it. No hit batsmen either. Yeah. All right, we kind of rushed through the scores. I'll go through them if I got time here. 4-1 Reds over Pittsburgh. Through 7. 7-6 Cubs over the Marlins. Red Sox up 3-1 on the Mets, bottom 7. Astros ahead of the Rays, 4-3. Rays batting, bottom of the 7th. Orioles trail the Brewers in Milwaukee. The Brewers just added their 4th run to make it 4-1. Still batting, bottom 5th. Cardinals up 2-0 on the Tigers. Tigers batting top 5. Still a rain delay or lightning delay. 2-1 Twins over the Guardians. They're still hitting in the bottom of the 2nd. Phillies, Rockies, top 2. Rockies up 1-0 over the Phillies. And 3 more games to come tonight. No finals thus far. All right, let's get ready for the bottom of the 6th here. Just quick reminder, weather pending. See how the weather goes the next 2 days in Chicago. Game 2, Mariners, Sox, same time tomorrow. Game 3, 1:10 in the afternoon on Wednesday. Strike 1, taken on the outside of the edge of the plate. This is Mydroth, 1 for 2, a single and a stolen base. Fouled off a slider, quickly 0-2. All right, well, Raleigh Raleigh should be leading off the what are we saying here? Top 7. Since they went 1, 2, 3 in the 6th. All right, Mydroth, righty against righty. Castillo delivers. Slider foul down the third base line. Still 0-2. 71 pitches for Castillo. All right, so this is the leadoff hitter for the Sox. Shortstop, Mydroth. Theis, the catcher's on deck. Vargas, third baseman, in the hole. Setting up high. Swung on and missed. 96-mile-per-hour heater. Strike 3. Good pitch. Just up and just tailed in. Just tough to hit. Couldn't lay off it. Castillo just making him look silly tonight. All right. Theis is a left-handed hitter. Yeah, he's not a switch. 1 for 2 with a single in the first. 218 average, 1 homer, 8 RBI. Ball. Oh, my God. That missed high. He called it. 95 mile per hour. That was high. Wow. Okay. 0-1. I don't think Theis liked it. He took his time out of the box. All right, they're setting up high again. Swung on and missed on a 4-seam, 95. Hard to catch up with it, but can't blame him for swinging after that last one was called a strike. Almost the exact same location, just didn't quite tail outside as much. Bounces a changeup, 1-2, 89 on the changeup in the dirt. I think I need to move my mic over a little bit, the stand, and then the monitor over a little. Misses upstairs and outside, 95. Strike 2-2, evens the count. Ball 2. All right, Theis, the hitter. 1 away already in the bottom of the 6th. 1-0 Mariners. Here's the pitch. Fouls off a 4-seam. We'll do it 2-2 again. All right. Castillo into his windup. Here's the pitch. Fouls off another 4-seam, 96. Do it again. So the Sox, if you didn't hear, they're the exact same record as last year. Last year, though, the Sox had a 21-game losing streak after this point. All right, here's the 2-2. Another 4-seam that's in foul territory. Third base line, the Williamson, the third baseman, number 9, under it to secure it for out number 2. And, yeah, so the Sox were... Okay, so they were 7-23 because they were bad again this year in March and April, or I should just say they were bad March and April. So far they're 7-10 in May after dropping 3 straight to the Cubs plus 1 at the third game of the series against the Reds, all on the road. So now they're home for 6. Ball 1. They got 3 weather pending against Seattle, an off day Thursday, and then 3 home against the Texas Rangers. Sinker fouled off near the White Sox dugout, 1-1. We're almost there. You don't have to wait too much longer. I'm sure the Sox are going to go quickly, 1, 2, 3 here. Third place hitter, Vargas. Fouls off his sinker, 1-2, 95 miles per hour. But he had a good series and he's had a much better second 22 games compared to his first 22 games. He only hit 139 and then 350. Bounces a slider, evens the count, 2-2, 2 away. Nobody on. But today Vargas is 0 for 2. All right, Castillo's set. Here's the delivery. Slider right down the middle, 85 fouled off. Out of play, still 2-2. All right, 5 seconds on the pitch clock. 4 into the windup. Four seam. Oh, he got too much under it. He's not even at the track, and the left fielder catches it for out number 3. We are through 6 innings. We head to the top of the 7th. Still 1-0 Mariners. All right, 1 run on 3 hits. No errors for the Mariners. No runs, 3 hits, 1 error on the White Sox defense. Both pitchers pitching gems, though. No hit batters, no walks. Only the 1 error for the Sox. 3 hits. 3 singles by the Mariners, which led to their run with 2 outs in the top of the 3rd. Sox had a double. And, yeah, a couple singles. All right. Just a reminder. I know you hear it all the time on YouTube. Please hit like on the video if you like what we do here. Also, please consider hitting subscribe button to Sinbin Stream here on YouTube. Really helps me out, helps the channel out in the long run. And yeah, thanks. We had a sub today. We got up to 89. I really appreciate it. End of 6. All right. Let's get this down. All right, take this down. Quick reminder again. Mostly baseball, but we'll have New York Liberty at Chicago Sky WNBA, 7 p.m. on Thursday. First pitch to the Mariners' first baseman is low in the dirt, ball 1. I'm sorry, not the first baseman, the catcher, Raleigh. Apologies, I thought it was Tellez for a second. 1-0. Davis Martin delivers another one low, 2-0. 92 mile per hour pitch. That's 70 pitches for Martin. In the left-handed batter's box against Martin, a righty. Cutter taken, strike 1, 88. One nothing. Top of the 7th. Leadoff hitter who's hitting 4th tonight. 4-seam high to left, short of the track, under it for out number 1, the left fielder Slater. So apologies to you Raleigh fans out there. 1 away. You know, maybe if they get some hits, he'll come up to bat again here. Or if the Sox make it 1-1, they might go to extras. All right, 1 out, 72 pitches by Martin. That brings up right-handed hitting Arozarena, the left fielder. He fouls off the first pitch, 0-1. Cutter grounded to 3rd. Vargas to Elko. Ooh, almost took him off the bag, but that's in time for out number 2. Yeah, so that was a 5-3 ground out. Again, yeah, Vargas to Elko at first. Quickly, 2 away. 2 up, 2 down. Brings up Tellez, the first baseman. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. 6. He's a 6th place hitter. 4-seam ball. I thought it hit the top of the strike zone. They're showing the fans in the red City Connect jerseys. You know, Sox fans. Oh, changeup misses outside. 88. 2-0. Strikeout and pop up or pop out for Rowdy Tellez. Today he's hitting 198 after those 2 at bats. Setting up high. Whoa, high and outside. Cutter. 3-0, 87. Come on, Martin. Don't walk him with 2 outs. All right, here's the pitch. Cutter taken down the middle for strike 1. It's still 3-1 though. 2 down, nobody on. Mariners leading 1-0. Batting in the away portion of the 7th. What happened? That Cutter, that's ball 4, I believe. I don't know what, or did he? Yeah. I don't know. It got away from the catcher. That's why I was like, what happened? But I guess that's ball 4 high. Runner on, nobody out. First walk of the game for either team. Yep. And that'll bring up Taveras, the right fielder, who's the 7th place hitter tonight. 0 for 2. Swung out and missed on a 93-mile-per-hour four-seam. 0-1. 0 for 2, but he reached on an error in the 5th. Yeah, it was a high throw. I think it was the third baseman, Vargas, that made the error for the Sox. Setting up high. Four-seam in the air to left. Long run. And on the run to make the catch to retire the slide is the left fielder, Slater. So a 2-out walk. That's it. Bottom of the 7th. Still 1-0 Mariners. All right. Bottom of the 7th. There we go. All right, let's see if there's any update on some of these games. We'll hit refresh. So, no finals. Still 3 games yet to start. We got, the Reds added, they got 2 in the 8th. They're up 4-1 and also batting top of 9. So they're up, Reds up 4-1 over the Pirates in Pittsburgh. Marlins batting in the bottom of the 8th. Looks like it's 2 outs and a runner at second. They're trailing 7-6 to the Cubs. In Boston, heading to the bottom of the 8th, still Red Sox up 3-1 on the Mets. Astros up 4-3, and they're hitting in the top of the 8th against the home team Rays. In Milwaukee, the Brewers are up 4-1, and they're batting in the bottom of the 6th. Cardinals added 2 more, still batting bottom of the 5th. In St. Louis, they lead the Tigers 4-0. Still a delay, rain or lightning. Twins at home up on the Guardians 2-1, still batting bottom of the 2nd. Rockies are up 1-0 on the Phillies in Colorado. 1-0 through 2 innings. And that gets you caught up on the out-of-town scoreboard. All right, let's get back. Leading off for the White Sox is the right-hander, Robert Jr. The center fielder is 0 for 2, a flyout and a ground out. Here's the pitch. Slider inside, back, in left, short of the track, under it for out number 1. Just, 1 pitch, 1 out. Been a lot of that for Luis Robert Jr. lately. Just can't lay off the first pitch. Can't work the count. Just jumping all over the first pitch. I think he took 2 balls in his first at-bat tonight, and that was it. Yeah, Castillo's been dominant. Swung on and missed on a 4-seam up in the zone, or above the zone. Strike 1. Palacios 1 for 2. He has the double. And also a strikeout. Slider way inside, strike 2. 88 pitches for Castillo. Here we go. 4-seam just outside, 95. Ball 1. Palacios in right tonight. number 47 in the left. He's a left-handed hitter. Right-hander Castillo delivers. Four seam fouled off. We'll do it again. 1-2. Action in the Mariners bullpen by a righty. I didn't catch his name. It looked like number 64. Setting up upstairs. Four seam 95 fouled off. We'll do it again. All right, here. Oh, four seam into center. Routine fly. Out number 2. Man. All right, Vaughn, the right-handed hitter, is up. He's the DH tonight. Fouls off a 95 mile per hour. Four seam. Strike 1. On the run. Did he make the catch or did he trap it? What's the call? They call it an out. Man, I don't know about that. Left fielder with a diving catch. 1, 2, 3. Quickly go the Sox. Oh, I don't know. He had it. It was in the webbing, but he kind of snow coned it and it hit the ground. I don't know how many challenges you get, but at any rate, we're through 7 innings. We're headed to the top of the 8th. Not a whole lot of offense. Yeah, the Sox in particular have been struggling at the plate. You know, they won 2 series in a row. They beat the Mariners, I'm sorry, not the Marlins, different M word, at home, and then they 2 of 3. Then they took 2. Actually, they took 2 of 3 from the Astros at home and the Marlins at home, and then they won 2 of 3 against the Reds on the road, and they actually had a 3-game winning streak for the first time this season, and now they've lost 4 straight. That last one against the Reds on the road, and then one against the Reds, and then 3 against the the Cubs. You know, on the road. It's still in the same city, but different. You know. All right, let's get this up. End of 7th, 1-3-0, 0-3-1. We're heading to the 8th. Yeah, but the Seattle needs base runners too. Seattle has the 8th and 9th place hitter, then the top of the order. Raleigh is hitting 4th in the order, so he's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 due up. Oh, okay, you're right. He should get one more at bat. I apologize. He will get. Oh, hey, I think we're challenging this. Hold on. That looks like a trap. I wonder if the Sox are going to challenge this. Oh my God, they looked at it and said this was a catch. This is BS. The ball is on the grass. That's a trap. That's textbook trap. It bounced. How is that not definitive? It's right there rolling on the grass. Whatever. It's done. All right, wait. We got to get this one up. No, so I was wrong. They don't need runners. Raleigh will be the 6th hitter, so even if they go 1, 2, 3, he'll get one more bat in the 9th. Why am I not muted? There we go. All right, so we're in the top of the 8th. Quick game thus far. Through 7. Game's a little over, what, an hour and a half? We're at, what, an hour and 35 minutes. So I'll take that. All right, Davis Martin back out there again, top of the 8th, and why not? Still warming up. I guess they came back early to show the replay. Okay, for the Mariners, Moore, the second baseman, Williamson, the third baseman, then in the hole is the leadoff hitter, Crawford, the shortstop. So the 9th then would still be Polanco, the DH, Rodriguez, the center fielder, and then Raleigh, the catcher. So those, the first 4 in the order will get their 4th plate appearance. All right. Leadoff hitter, top of the 8th. Right-handed pitcher, right-handed batter. 0 for 2 today. Bounces a slider, 1-0. 86 mile per hour. 82 pitches for Martin. Here's the 1-0. Cutter fouled off out of play. Strike 1, 85 miles per hour. It looks like Boozer's getting Cam Boozer, or is it Booser? It is Booser. It's more fun to say Boozer. The lefty getting warm. Number 71 on the Sox. 4-seam swung on and missed high in the zone, but it would have been a strike. Strike 2. Moore down in the count. 1-2. Nobody out. Nobody on. Fouls a cutter off his leg. We'll do it again. 1-2. All right. Back in the batter's box yet? Nope. We're still on time. Mariner catcher make that the umpire. It looked like he was doing something. Couldn't see. All right, 1-2. Martin delivers. 4-seam low and outside. 94. Evens the count at 2-2. 2-2. Leading off in the top of the 8th. Slider on the outside edge. Rung him up for strike 3 taken. He did not like it, but I think it just caught the box. It was close. Tight spin on that ball. Catcher framed it a little bit. 1 out. First time pitching in the 8th inning as a starter for Davis Martin. Slider low on the outside corner, 1-0. It is Ben Williamson, 1 for 2, single in the 3rd. He has the lone run scored, 233 average. Misses low on a slider, 2-0. 89 pitches for Martin. All right. Martin gets the signal. He likes it. Here we go. Ooh, I thought that sinker might be called low. It's a strike 1, 2-1. That was his 90th pitch for Davis Martin. Here's the pitch. 4-seam. Man, he's been calling that a strike, and it's a ball. 93. It hit the strike zone. I mean, at least on the TV graphic. Grounded up the middle and into center for a single for the Mariners. Leadoff 1-out single in the top of the 8th. Oh yeah, as we said, weather pending. Sox Tuesday, Wednesday against the Mariners. Off this Thursday and next Thursday. Home against the Rangers Friday, Saturday, Sunday. On the road to take on the Mets in New York. Next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. This looks like it's going to be it for Martin. Will Venable headed to the mound. Great game he pitched. Can't ask for more. So we're on a break here. Oops, I got to give the Mariners their extra hit. Forgot. There we go. 140-031. And the pitcher will be Boozer, whatever. The lefty. 4.41 ERA. 1-3 record. 19 games. He has one save in 2025. 16 and a third innings pitched. 18 strikeouts and a 1.22 whip, which is walks and hits per innings pitched. So as you see, he's a lefty. He's number 71. Big red beard. Oh, yeah, for the Mariners, 1 second. Williamson picked up another single. He's 2 for 3 tonight. Moore made the first out. Williamson reached. We got a pitching change. And in the top of the 8th, now we're headed to the top of the order for the Mariners. Crawford will be the hitter. He's 1 for 3. Yeah, still at commercial. Okay, now they got Boozer warming up. So we'll get set here. One 140-031. First call to the pen for either team. Here in the top of the 8th, 1 out, 1 on. Lefty against lefty. And time is called. We got to reset. Crawford, number 3, leading off for the Mariners, the shortstop. Booster delivers. Sweeper outside. 1-0. So 1 for 3, single in the 3rd. He kept the inning going, and the next play, the on-deck hitter drove him in for the only run of the game. Drove in Williamson. Apologies. 96 miles per hour taken. Ball 2 upstairs. Come on, Boozer. Boozer, go after him. I'm going to call him Boozer. Four seam upstairs. They check with 3rd. No swing. They didn't even show the ump on the broadcast. CHSN blows. Chicago Sportsnet. Free over the air with a roof antenna. Just not over Comcast Xfinity. Still no deal. Four seam 97 taken. Strike 1. 3-1 count. Lefty on lefty. You can see the Nintendo Switch 2 patch on the right shoulder of the hitter. Here's the pitch. Way upstairs. Ball 4. He walked him. 2 on, 1 out. All right, now it looks like the pitching coach will come out. Number 18, Garver on to pitch hit for Polanco, the DH. Garver's 214 on the year. Let's see. And I forgot to look up who are switch hitters on the Mariners before the game. So ZYY, is Garver just a right-hander, or is he a switch hitter? Because actually, let me just click on it real quick. I'll take a look. Okay, he's a right-handed hitter. 1 home run, 7 RBI, 214 average, 353 on base percentage, 624 OPS, 2 stolen bases. All right, there we go. Number 18, lefty against righty. 2 on, 1 out. Oh, way inside. Almost hit him on the knee. A cutter, 89, ball 1. Good God, Boozer is so wild. So we're in the second spot of the order. Pinch hitter for the DH. 2 on, 1 out. The pitch. Cutter. Just foul. 88. Evens the count. 1-1. So second spot in the order. That means Rodriguez, the center fielder, is in the on deck circle. Unless by some miracle the Sox can turn a double play here. All right. He's set. Here's the windup. Pitch. Four seam. Fouled off. 96. Out of play. 1-2. Oh, I see. You can see that he's got the Nintendo Switch patch on his left. So I guess it always faces the hitter. Or I mean the sweeper into left, a one hopper to the left fielder. That'll load the bags with only 1 out. Whoa, boy. Sox are in trouble. 5th hit of the game for the Mariners. So I guess they put the ad towards the pitcher, I guess. Better. Just turned on it and dropped it into left for a one-hop single. 150-031. Sox trying to stay out of the big inning here. They'll take any sort of out here. Uh-oh. This is out. 1 row in. Just look down and there's a grand slam. And the Mariners have busted this game open. 1 pitch and Boozer blows it. Completely destroying this inning. And that'll probably do it for the game. Yeah, now so that was Rodriguez. 4 RBI for him. Oh, the 5 for the Mariners. What is that? They've got a little scepter or whatever that thing is. Or was it Tines Up? I saw it on their Twitter today. Well, it was fun while it lasted. The Sox had a close game through 7 innings, and now it's probably out of reach with this offense's pitiful output. 82-mile-per-hour sweeper taken for a strike to Raleigh. Fouls off a 4-seam, 95. 0-2. Yeah, grand slam. First row in left field, but there was no doubt about it. It got out of here in a hurry. Booster delivers. Bounces a changeup. 1-2. Number 29, the catcher tonight, Raleigh. 0 for 3, 242 average on the season, 928 OPS. Lefty against righty. Swings and misses at a sweeper. Out number 2. Tough pitch. Now Boozer decides to keep it in the zone. Yeah, Rodriguez just turned on it. It wasn't deep, but it was out of there in a hurry. First row. All right, we got 2 outs. 5-0 lead on these 4 big runs on the grand slam in the top of the 8th. That'll bring up the left fielder, Rosarena. All right. Are we taking Boozer out, or what are we doing? We're showing the Mariners bench. So did they come out for a mound visit? I don't know what the hell's going on, CHSN. We know Rodriguez hit the grand slam. We've already had an out since then. What's going on? All right, I guess Will Venable did come out. It was just a slow walk. He signals. Let's see who they're bringing in. Boozer blows it again. He blew one against the Royals, too. Should have beat the Royals twice when they got swept 4-0. And he blew a game in that series. Oh, got to update the runs scored on this graphic. So 560 031. Whoops. That's too many. 560031. It'll be let's see. We got Gomez. Yandris Gomez, number 94, a right-hander coming in for the Sox. He is 1-1 on the 2025 season. 7.16 ERA, 11 games, no starts. He does have a save. 16 and a third innings worked or pitched. 12 strikeouts, 1.84 WHIP. So that closes the book on Martin. He deserved better. He's got no run support. Gave up 2 runs on 4 hits and a walk in 7 and a third. Then Boozer blew it open. Only got an out. Gave up 3 runs on 2 hits and a walk. And a grand slam. All right. Number 94 warming up for the Sox. Facing a righty. If you just tuned in, a big grand slam with 1 out for the Mariners in the top of the 8th. They're still batting after the pitching change. Change up inside, 1-0. Randy Arozarena, 0 for 3, 2 ground outs and a flyout, 2.37 average, 6 home runs. All right. Here's the windup. Sweeper, outside edge of the plate taken, strike 2, 85 miles per hour. All right. Dice is setting up pretty much down the middle. Changeup swung on and missed. It was way inside. 1-2. Whoops, I got to scroll back up. Sweeper taken. Strike 3. High in the zone, but plenty of the plate. So finally, 3 outs in the top of the 8th, but 4 big runs by the Mariners. We head to the home half of the 8th, and the Sox trail 5-0. 560-031. Grand slam by Julio Rodriguez, number 44, right-handed hitter. Let's see if Garver still is the DH after pinch hitting. He got a hit to keep the inning going, and he scored, their 4th run on that grand slam by the hitter behind him, Rodriguez. So most of all of the hits by the 9th and then 1 through 4 hitters for the Mariners. The 5, 6, 7, I'm sorry, 9 through 3. Check that. Hitters. And a pinch hitter. That's why I misread it. Okay, so 4 spots in the order. 9, 1, 2, 3. And then the 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hitters for the Mariners are 0 for the game. All right, Colin Snyder is the pitcher in relief for Castillo, who pitched a gem. He only gave up 3 hits, no walks, struck out 5. Snyder, 18. Here, we'll just get his stats real quick. 18 games, 1-0, 3.98 ERA, 20 and a third innings pitched, 19 strikeouts, 1.23 whip. Right-hander, number 52. Leadoff hitter, Edgar Curo is pinch hitting for Slater, the left fielder. He's a switch hitter against the righty. Yeah. All right, whoops, got to get this ready here. All right, we're set. Strike one called, sinker, taken. 93. Sinker, upstairs, but taken, strike two. 0-2 hole here in the home half of the eighth to the leadoff hitter. Sinker misses up and in. 93. Ball one. 1-2 is the count. All right, Curo waits. Number 7, the switch hitter, or in the and also in the 7th spot of the order. Sweeper fouled off. We'll do it again. 1-2. So Rojas, second baseman, batting 8th, and Elko in the on-deck hitter's circle, and then Elko is in the hole, the first baseman, in the 9th slot. Setting up upstairs, swung on and missed on a 91-mile-per-hour four-seam. Strike three, quickly one away in the home half of the 8th. The Sox are down to their final 5 outs of the game. See if we get any more. Well, we don't have Brooks Baldwin, a switch hitter, to pinch hit. They sent him down to AAA. So we're a little limited on our bench, I would say. We've only got 3 more hitters. Sosa, the only decent hitter amongst them. All right, strike one. Apologies, was looking at stuff. Plus, they're showing the studio host and Ozzie Guillen for the post-game show. Four-seam, swung on a miss. Quickly, 0-2. The hitter is Rojas, lefty versus righty pitcher. A line out and a ground out on the night. Snyder delivers. Four-seam, upstairs and outside. 1-2. 93 on that pitch. Oh, I see the Mariners got the lighter, it almost looks like teal, not their blue hats on. Yeah, it's not blue. Fouls off the four-seam. Still 1-2. And I have their recent hat, but it's very sun faded, so that's why I'm putting their old hat up, because I got that one because I like that one as well. But I destroyed my regular Mariners one, the modern one. All right, here we go. 1-2. Slurve, actually. 84, fouled off. We'll do it again. 1-2. Haven't seen a slurve yet while I've been doing this. Since early May, a couple weeks now. Here's the, way outside on a sweeper. 2-2. 83. All right. 2-2. Snyder. Set. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed on a beautiful sinker. Strike three. Sox down to their remaining last 4 outs, I should say. 2 away already in the bottom of the 8th. Nobody on. All right, it is Elko up to hit. Sinker was inside, and they called it a strike. Oh, my gosh. This guy's strike zone is a mess tonight. Fly out, ground out for Elko. Righty against righty. Cutter low and outside, ball one. 84-mile-per-hour cutter. 1-1 pitch. Here's the delivery. Slurve in there, taken. Strike two, 84 miles per hour. Beautiful pitch. All right. 1-2. Here's the pitch. Sinker. It looked like it was a strike, but he calls it a ball. Low. I thought it had the zone. I think next year with the auto umps, it will be a strike. Oh, walk. Oh, Brick just reported the Cubs lost. Cutter fouled off. 2-2 still. All right, 2-2. 2 outs. Trailing 5-0 in the bottom of the 8th. Sox need base runners desperately. Sweeper in the air. First baseman's under it in fair territory. On the dirt. Into the grass. Retires the side. That was Tellez with the put out. 1, 2, 3, nothing across. We head to the 9th. Sox trail by 5 thanks to a grand slam in the top of the 8th. So 5-6-0, 0-3-1. Yeah, don't want to have Skynet involved with this auto ump situation, right, Brick? Yeah. That was the day they became self-aware. All right, so Seattle 5, Chicago 0 through 8 innings. Grand slam by Rodriguez in top 8. First row in left field, but it got out of here in a hurry. The only other run, Martin gave up a run in the 3rd with 3 consecutive 2-out singles. That was it. And then Boozer came in and threw gas on the bonfire and blew it up. Giving up a walk and 2 hits, one of them a grand slam. All right, so Yadier Gomez, is he going to come out for the 9th? He got the last out in the top of the 8th. All right, 5-6-0, 0-3-1. We're already set. Michael Taylor takes over in left field after the starting left fielder Slater got pinch hit for by Kiro. All right, we got the first baseman Tellez up at the dish. Curveball in there, taken, strike 1. Beautiful 78-mile-per-hour curveball. 0 for 2 for Rowdy Tellez, walk in the 7th. Here's Gomez in the windup. Misses outside, changeup 88, 1-1. All right. Where? Let's see, 9, 8, 7. This is the 6th place hitter. Yes, Tellez, the first baseman. Sweeper misses low. Maybe a hair inside. Ball 2. Excuse me. All right, Gomez, a right-handed pitcher. Tellez in the left-handed batter's box. Missed outside. 4-seam, 91 and high. 3-1. Come on, no walks. Let's go. Go after him. Setting up high in the zone as the catcher. Here's the pitch. 4-seam in the air to center. Robert Jr. under it. Makes the catch. Out number 1 in the top of the 9th. Oh, we got a weather delay in St. Louis, too. Oh, Detroit. Yeah, I'll have to check the board. And the Twins game is still in a delay. That game was in the bottom of the second. So I'm wondering if they'll just suspend that and resume it. All right, here's the first pitch to Tavares. That's just outside, ball one. Tavares, the right fielder, reached on an error in the fifth, 0 for 3. That was a bad throw by Vargas from third to first. It was high. Fouls off a four-seam, 1-1. So is that the only final today? No, we got two. We got some finals. Yep, Cubs lost. We got 4 finals to go through in a minute. Sweeper in the air to right, back at the track, under it for the second out of the inning. That is Palacios still in right. Taylor took over and left for Slater after Curo pinch hit in the 8th. So 2 outs. Wow, I thought that was gone. Yeah, I think I remember the game. I got to get one uploaded and release it soon. I'll release at least one a week. I've kind of taken a break from Tecmo Super Bowl. All right, here's the pitch. Sinker. Strike 1. I don't know if he fouled it off, but it's a strike. He definitely swung. 0 for 3, 2 flyouts and a strikeout. Dylan Moore, number 25, second baseman. Right-handed pitcher, right-handed batter. 208, top 9. Sweeper dumped into left for a hit. Like kind of almost threw the bat at the ball. All right, man at first. That is the 7th hit on the evening for the Mariners. 5-7-0-0-3-1. Oh, I don't know. I'm just Tecmo Super Bowl is the same old thing. I can't run the ball late in the season or in the postseason. I just keep running the ball with the quarterback. I mean, I'm not, I could choke in the playoffs like I routinely do. Ball 1 low on a sinker, I think. Ben Williamson, 2 for 3, 2 singles, 2 runs. He had that run in the 3rd, and then he scored on the grand slam in the 8th. Right-handed pitcher, right-handed batter. Changeup fouled off, 1-1. Again, 2 outs. Runner at first. This is the 9th place hitter for the Mariners. All right, 1-1. Sinker taken. Strike 2, 92 miles per hour. All right. Yeah, plus here we go. Sweeper misses low and outside. Ball 2 evens the count 2-2. Plus with I didn't my views hadn't been so good with Tecmo Super Bowl either. But man, hockey's like hit or miss, and I guess I got to do more NBA Jam. That video seemed to do well. All right, here's the pitch. Sinker low, full count, 2 outs and a runner at first. 5-0 already. Sox can't afford to give up anymore. The odds are not in their favor that they're going to come back from 5-0. If it's 6-0, it's significantly more difficult, especially when you've only got 3 gosh darn hits on the evening and no walks and no hits batter or hit by pitch. And no errors on the Mariners defense. Full count pitch. Fouls off a changeup at the third base. And Jesus. It's a hit, but good God. The changeup was so far inside. It broke the guy's bat. Third base, Vargas gets there. I guess he had no play at first, and then he had to stop his throw at second because nobody was covering second, but the base runner was already there. I guess Vargas didn't think he could. He like two-hopped the throw, and Rojas picked it up wide of the bag. Just, oh man, they look like a little league team on the infield at times. Just ball goes everywhere. 8 hits for the Mariners. 2 on, 2 out. Already 5-0. 5-8-0-0-3-1. Gomez has thrown 20 pitches. Checks the runner at second to the left-handed hitting hitter. Changeup misses outside. Ball 1. This is J.P. Crawford, number 3, the shortstop. 1 for 3, a walk, and obviously a single run scored. And he's quickly 2-0. Oh, man. Is anybody warming up? I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. All right. Not looking good for the Sox to halt their 4-game losing streak. Gomez checks the runner, throws to Crawford, 4-seam upstairs, 3-0. Oh, man. Wasted. Excellent start by Davis Martin. 4-seam, walk, upstairs, 4 pitches. Bags loaded with Mariners. 2 outs. Top of the 9th. Game's already out of hand at 5-0. Could get way out of hand. Looks like no, it's not Will Venable. It's the pitching coach. He hustles out. Who's the hitter? Did they not put the walk up yet? Yeah, Crawford just walked. The hitter is Garver, who pinch hit for the DH Polanco. I don't know what. Okay, they finally just did it. Took them a while to put the walk in. 24 pitches by Gomez. So this is the second slot in the order for the Mariners. Nowhere to put him, and Garver is 1 for 1, a single in the 8th, and he scored a run. Bases loaded. Here's the first pitch. Sinker taken, strike 1, 93 miles per hour. Mitch Garver, 41 at-bats with the bases loaded, 195 average. And I didn't get all the stats. Here's the 0-1. Sweeper taken, strike 2. Great pitch. He thought it was lower outside. It got the corner. 0-2, 2 outs. Bases loaded. Already up 5-0. Top of the 9th. Mariners trying to add more. 2 seconds on the pitch clock. Sweeper misses just outside. 1-2. 81 miles per hour. All right. Gomez is set. Righty pitcher against righty batter Garver. 3 seconds. Here's the pitch. Changeup fouled off. Nope, I'm sorry. Into right. They're so slow to cut to the field. Under it is the right fielder for out number 3. They sat there on the batter, so I just assumed it was a foul, but no, it was into right field because CHSN can't change cameras quick enough. Bottom of the 9th. Sox need 5 or it's over. Middle of the 9th. 5-8-0 for the Mariners. 0-3-1 for the Sox. 3 hits. Their hitting woes continue. If you just joined us, gem pitched by both starting pitchers. Castillo went 7, only gave up 3 hits, no walks, no runs. Martin pitched a gem, 7 and a third innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk. He gave up 3 straight 2-out singles in the top of the third, and then he had his relief out of the Sox pen. Boozer throw gas on the fire. Boozer gave up 2 hits and a walk, including a grand slam to Rodriguez in the 8th to make it a 5-0 game. And Mariners had the bases loaded in the 9th against Gomez, but they got no runs. All right, let's quickly check the early finals. So as alluded to in the comments, walk-off in the bottom of the 8th, or sorry, bottom of the 9th. The Marlins won in Miami 8-7 over the Cubs. Astros went on the road 4-3 on the Rays. Red Sox at home beat the Mets 3-1. Reds beat the Pirates in Pittsburgh 7-1. And we'll see if we got, and the Twins. Oh, the Twins got going again, but they're in another delay. And the Cardinals are in a delay. All right, we'll check later. Troy Taylor, a right-hander, in to pitch for the Mariners. Leading off, the leadoff hitter, Mydroth, in the bottom of the 9th. First pitch, 4-seam, 96, taken, strike 1. Hey, thanks everybody for viewing the game with me. I really appreciate it, and all the comments. And thank you so much. We're at 90 subs. Really appreciate it. 4-seam, 97. Oh, I'm sorry. Both of those were in the strike zone. They were both called balls. I can't assume anything with this ump. All right. Mydroth, 1 for 3 tonight. The 2-0 way upstairs and out. Well, more outside than upstairs. Ball 3. Yeah, so if you haven't already done so, please click like on the video and consider hitting subscribe. The subscribe button to Sinbin Stream helps out the channel. All right, 4-seam taken, 96, strike 1. 3-1. Leadoff hitter in the bottom of the 9th. Leadoff hitter in the order. Mydroth, the shortstop, 1 for 3 and a walk. Outside, ball 4. The Sox have a base runner. Nobody out in the home half of the 9th. Taylor threw 5 pitches, 4 of them balls. All right, Matt Theis, 1 for 3, single in the first. Lefty against righty. Swung on and missed on a 4-seam. Strike 1. 96 miles per hour. 215 average, 1 homer, 8 RBI for the season. All right, checks the runner. Comes set. Taylor delivers. Outside. 4-seam, 96. Ball 1. Sorry, I guess I shouldn't crack my knuckles over the mic like that. All right. Here's the pitch. Low, 4-seam, 2-1. Okay, just take all the walks you can get. That's weird. Their hat brim color doesn't match their jersey color for Seattle. I don't understand this. 4-seam inside, 3-1. Number 59. Troy Taylor, he's only walked 1 of 31 batters faced entering tonight's game, and he walked the first guy, and he's 3-1 to the second batter. Here's the 3-1. 4-seam, outside edge of the plate, strike 2, 95 miles per hour. 10 pitches for Taylor. All right, Theis, I think, stepped out of the box, so we got a brief break here. He's taking his time. They started the pitch clock. The pitcher could have pitched any time, I believe. He's in the box. 9-8. 7 on the pitch clock. Here's the pitch. Low, ball 4, 96-mile-per-hour four-seam, 2 on, nobody out for the Sox in the bottom of the 9th. So if they could just keep getting some base runners and throw in a few hits, we could maybe get a rally started here. Looks like the pitching coach came out to the mound. Apologies, I don't know who, what the Mariners manager looks like or his number, and they're wearing jackets anyways. All right, well, with the 2 walks, that'll bring up Vargas, the third baseman, the hottest hitter the Sox currently have. He had 3 home runs against the Cubs. Andre Munoz, easy for me to say, M-U-N-O-Z, Munoz, number 75, getting ready in the Seattle bullpen. All right, right-handed pitcher, right-handed batter. Here's Vargas, takes a four-seam outside, 1-0, 96 miles per hour. Vargas tonight, 0 for 3, 2 flyouts and a ground out, 241 average, 6 home runs on the season. I think it's at 21 RBI. Sweeper taken, strike 1, 84 miles per hour. All right, 1-1, nobody out, 2 on, checks the runner. Here's the pitch, swing, and he hits a sweeper into right field. The right fielder's under it. That'll be out number 1 on the inning. Runners hold. That'll bring up Robert Jr. Luis Robert Jr., center fielder, is 0 for 3 tonight, 181 average on the season, 580 OPS, 5 home runs, 17 RBI. He's got 2 flyouts and a ground out at the plate tonight. He's been jumping on pitch 1, except for his first at bat. But all Cubs series, all against the Reds. Yep, swung on, missed, and a four-seam low and in, strike 1, 96 miles per hour. The guy just walked 2 hitters and went deep in the count against the guy ahead of you, and you got to swing and chase a bad pitch. Four-seam fouled off quickly, 0-2. That was a strike, though, so no fault of his for swinging at that one. All right, 1 out, 2 on, checks the runner, 0-2. Sweeper misses, low and outside, 1-2. Checks the runner. Here's the 1-2. Four-seam in the air to center on the run. Oh, he can't catch it. It comes free. Sox had to hold to make sure he didn't catch it. So we got sacks packed with Sox with 1 out. That should be a single. Can't imagine they call this an error, especially the home team official score. It's got to be a hit. They did. They said hit. 4th hit of the night for the Sox. 1 double, 3 singles. And the first 2 walks of the evening were in this inning. 2 walks and a single. Tying run on deck with 1 out. We have Palacios in the left-handed hitter against the righty pitcher. Four-seam taken, strike 1. Yeah, I would agree with that, Brick, with what you just said there. He just doesn't take a pitch. He took 2 balls the first at bat, and that's it. Four-seam in the air to left. On the run, the left fielder near the line, catches it in fair territory. Out number 2, runners hold. Sox down to their last out of the game. That'll bring up, so that was Palacios. Yeah, I'm sorry. Palacios flew out to left. Vaughn, who's 0 for 3 with 2 ground outs and a line out, 181 average, 5 home runs, 18 RBI on the season. So 2 away, 20 pitches thrown by the right-handed Taylor. Righty against righty. First pitch to Vaughn. Sweeper into center on the run. One hopper. That'll score a run. The Sox are on the board. And the tying run is at the plate. Sacks still packed with Sox. They managed 2 of their 5 hits this inning, coupled with 2 walks, to finally get on the board. And they actually bring up the tying run to the plate. No minor feat of itself. 5-8-0, 1-5-1. Hard charging in center, but a one hopper by the guy who hit the grand slam, Rodriguez, which is the difference in the game right now. And, yep, pitcher change because this guy not pitching well. All right, let's take a look at the scores again. Whoops, did I not give them their run? Are you kidding me? Nope, I didn't. All right, there we go. 5-8-0, 1-5-1. Apologies. Had it on the other one. All right. Quickly, we'll see if there's any more finals. We'll do a refresh. So Orioles just tied it up. We're in the bottom of the 8th in Milwaukee, 4-4. Still a delay. St. Louis up 5-0. Oh, they could call that game too. Bottom 7th and a delay up on the Tigers, 5-0. Phillies losing by 1 or trailing by 1. Top of the 6th, 2-1 Rockies. This game is in a second delay, 2-1 Twins over the Guardians. Royals Giants just underway, top of the 2nd, no score. Top of the 1st, Angels at A's. Coming up, D-backs Dodgers. Yep, same games from earlier. Reds, Marlins, Red Sox, Astros are winners. Those are the same 4 scores from earlier. All right, Andres Munoz, number 75. The right-hander comes into the game. And in a save situation, bases juiced, 4-run lead. Taylor, the hitter, slider in there, 87 miles per hour, strike 1. Taylor, the left fielder. Oh, he took Slater, the starting center fielder, got pinch hit for by Curo. Now Taylor's first at bat of the night. Fouls off a 4-seam, 98, quickly, 0-2. Sox down to their last strike. Tying run at the plate. Taylor trying to keep the line moving with a single. Rojas on deck. Bounces a slider in the dirt, 87, 1-2. Yeah. Well, sure wouldn't hurt. It would be good to have a nice rally here to get the team's offense sparked at least. Not going to happen. Swung on and missed on a slider, strike 3. That'll do it. The Sox come up with a run to make it interesting, but they lose 5-1 thanks to a grand slam by Rodriguez in the top of the 8th. All right, I got to fix this final. Make sure I got it. And the Mariners take game 1 of the 3-game set. They get 5 runs on 8 hits. No errors on their defense. White Sox, 1 run on 5 hits. 1 error on the third baseman, Vargas, the Sox defense. All right, with that loss, that drops the Sox to, let's see, 14 and 34, 20 games under 500, meaning they are 7-11 in the month of May after briefly being 7-6. Now they've lost 5 straight. 1 to the Reds on the road, 3 to the Cubs on the road, and now 1 at home. to the Mariners. They briefly had a 3-game losing streak. They briefly had a 3-game winning streak and had won a couple series in a row prior to that. Actually, 3 series in a row, or 3 of 4, something like that. All right, so here's the breakdown on the box score. 1 run. Oops. Apologies. I got to fix that. I meant to put 1 in the 3rd for the Mariners. I made a typo. 4 in the 8th and 1 for the Sox in the 9th. If you can see the records, Mariners 27-19, White Sox 14-34. So Martin does a solid outing. Got no run support. He drops to 2-5. He pitched a gem. Boozer just blew the game open. Grant gave up the grand slam. Castillo pitched an absolute gem. 7 shutout innings, 3 hits, no walks, struck out 5. He improves to 4-3 on the season. And Munoz picks up the save, his 15th, because he came in with the bases loaded and 2 outs in a 5-1, so a 4-run margin victory. The tying run was at the plate. He struck out 1. Easy pickup of his 15th save. So a reminder, tomorrow, weather pending, doesn't look too good for the forecast. But same time tomorrow for game 2. And then Wednesday again, weather pending, 1:10. If they get a doubleheader, I'll update. Tune in also Thursday for WNBA basketball. We'll have the New York Liberty in town to take on the Chicago Sky, their home opener. Sky dropped their season opener in Indiana on Saturday. And then we'll have the game 1 and 2 of the Rangers White Sox. I'm foregoing UFL football as week 9 and 10 are meaningless. The 2 playoff teams have clinched, and because of scheduling conflicts, the home venues are already determined. They have to play at St. Louis and at Birmingham. Michigan and DC have scheduling conflicts and can't host a game. And Sunday we will have game 3 of Dallas at Edmonton at 3:00. So I probably won't do game 3 of the Rangers Sox series. We'll see if we add anything to the schedule. I know there's Saturday night NBA. We'll see. I'll get to that. And maybe we'll do this. That'll probably be it. Just hockey on Sunday. All right. Appreciate you guys watching. Thanks for chatting, especially Brick here at the end. Let's see. I jinxed it. You can jinx this team. I like the score. Oh, yeah. Thanks for the comments or feedback on the score bug. I appreciate it. Looks better than what Fox used. Yeah, in the Super Bowl. I know. Free graphics from a website is better. Like the only thing I can't do is like the challenge button, or that's it. Otherwise, if I wanted to, I could do a play clock, and I choose not to because it's too much work. Luis Castillo has come a long ways since he dropped that ball with the Mets. Yeah. All right. Appreciate everybody watching. Views help out the channel. Definitely appreciated. Just putting the final up here again. Take a look at the baseball scoreboard, see if there's any other finals real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope, just the same finals we've got. Again, appreciate everybody watching. Please hit like on the video if you like what we do here, and consider hitting subscribe to the Sin Bin stream on YouTube. Thank you so much. We got 2 subs today. We're up to 90. Really enjoy the pace we're getting and the subs here we've gotten from covering baseball. Yes, thanks, Brick. Yeah, we'll get to 100 soon enough. The goal obviously is 500 and 1,000. One sub at a time, though. All right, that'll do it. We'll see you tomorrow night, weather pending. Thanks so much for watching. Take care. This is Sin.